I know I look like a mess. I am now a graduate student, so this is kind of how life is gonna be. So, before I get started today, I am just going to tell you I'm enjoying my Java Momma easy peasy lemon squeezy tea. And although it has coconut in it and I really don't like coconut, that's okay. I am going to use this beautiful tea steeper made by my friend Melissa Blue Delish, and her information is in the description box. So very, very easy. I already have hot water in here. We click, and then look, I have a pretty, well, I drink my easy peasy lemon squeezy tea with a great steeper, and you can get all of this information in the description box. Again, guys, I'm a grad student, so I need some help. All right, I'll see you in a minute. Hi, Crystal Balls. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video today. If this is your first time here, welcome. Please think about sticking around, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. For everybody else, thank you so much for being on this journey with me. I really, really appreciate it. Now, guys, don't forget to spread the love right now because we need it so badly to other YouTubers, your mom and pop places, your small businesses, people who are struggling. Liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing takes about 15 seconds out of your day, but it is worth its weight in gold. So please go ahead and do that now for me, but also do it for other people. Spread that love. All right, so guys, today's topic is going to be something different than I have done before. It is a controversial topic. It may trigger some people because it has to do with religion. So this is a Patreon requested video, which is about the mark of the beast. And because I can't say the stuff, I'm just going to say the jab. Okay, the jab. You all know what I'm talking about? Jab. Are we clear? Okay. So, this is totally fine if that is something that triggers you guys. I know religion triggers me quite a bit. So if that is something that bothers you, I'll see you guys on the next one. For everybody else, let's continue going on this journey and let's talk about what are some things behind this whole situation that is very, very worrisome and scary. And you know what? There's a right for people to feel how they feel. Now, before I get started, and I know some people are going to point this out to me, yes, I am pagan. I am pagan. I do not subscribe to any traditional religion. However, I grew up in a fanatical religious household, mostly through Methodist. But I also was exposed to the Nazarene church with fever. And I'm really sorry if anybody in this family is watching this, but my best friend who I grew up with, my childhood best friend, mother really had opinions on the mark of the beast and made me feel like I was going to go to hell if I slept on my left side, because that was me turning away from God. I am not joking or kidding. I was so scared for about a month and a half until I told my mom, who was also very religious, but she even thought that was too far. So let's just say that my religious experience is not pleasant. I have religious trauma, and this is something that I am working through. Now, I respect people's belief systems and religions, even if they don't match mine, because what is right for me isn't necessarily right for you. And I'm glad that we have the freedom to be able to choose if we want to be religious or if we don't. And in my religion, there is no devil, because the worst in humanity is stuff that we do to each other. And I believe that this is some form of hell that we're in right now on the earth. But again, that is my beliefs. So I don't want you guys to think that I'm going to be so clouded by my own beliefs to be able to discuss this in a manner that is open. I do talk to my guides on a regular basis. I have a background in religion. I'm not an expert by any means, but I feel like this is something that needs to be talked about, because there are a lot of people who are genuinely upset and scared about getting the jab because they believe it will be the mark of the beast. Now, in doing research of what the mark of the beast is and trying to put it in the most basic terms possible, is the mark of the beast is basically something that we don't really know what the mark actually is, but you're accepting the devil as your champion, I guess, is the best way to put it. You have a choice between God and the devil, and you choose the devil, and you have the mark of the beast. And there are many different theories, many different people who believe that the mark of the beast has already happened, or it's happening right now. What my guides have told me is the mark of the beast has happened already, and it will continue to happen, but it changes generationally. There is a part in Revelations that I will put up here, and I can't remember the exact quote, but basically it says that God will forgive you if you unwittingly get the mark of the beast. So I will put that up here. So, unwittingly getting the mark of the beast would be somebody who, in my opinion, was forced, was not in the right state of mind, didn't understand what was happening, maybe mentally ill, maybe, didn't have the mental capacity to make that sort of choice. But quite frankly, does anybody have the mental capacity to make a choice when it comes to your mortal soul? I don't know. But that's just a thought. So, do I think that the jab itself is the mark of the beast? No, I don't. And I've talked about this extensively with my guides and elders, and talked to other people in religion and theology who none of them believe that the C-19 vaccine shot jab is anything to do with the mark of the beast. What people forget is that the C disease has been around for a very long time. There's just different versions of it. People have been working on a working vaccine for a long time. So this isn't new. People get the answers for a reason. People are given the information that they need through science, through whatever, in order to make things happen. Thoughts and things like this that from the beast system are not transferred or made this way. They do not come from the hearts and the minds and the thoughts of people who are open to it. They're open, the people who did this vaccine were open to making something to help people. They were not doing it to hinder people. It is not an accident. There is nothing that people can do to make this vaccine evil. It's not. This is something that has been on the back burner for a long time. Remember that the polio vaccine came out rather quickly too. And that saved so many people that we've almost completely eradicated the disease. That is what this jab is meant for. It is not meant for the mark of the beast, because that is not this generation's mark. Everybody has had exposure to the mark of the beast. And while you are thinking that it is one particular thing, you're wrong. I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. So, Nazis in World War II, those who complied to save their own skin were given a mark. The people who obviously were Nazis and like Hitler and in all this shit and did all the bad things, they had the mark. People who hurt children, they have the mark. People who kill have the mark. People who knowingly do something horrific to cheat somebody out of money, to cheat somebody out of their livelihood, their home, these horrific business deals and things like that, they will get their mark. You can't be fooled into thinking that there is one single thing, one single mark that is going to happen once. It has happened this entire time that we have been on this planet. And there are choices that you make as a human being to get this mark. And it is not to do with a vaccine. It has nothing to do with trying to keep your body healthy, unless you are doing something in an extreme way that allows other things in. And that's a whole other ballgame. There are, right now, I call them Hollywood marks, because Hollywood is really bad. Really, really bad. I'm not saying that just to be cliche. It's a cesspool. They're basically anybody who is working in there. There are a few people who are unwittingly part of the system, but there are some evil freaking people in Hollywood, and trust me, they all have their mark. It's not a singular thing. People have done some horrific things. There's a lot of like Wall Street marks. There are people out there who can literally wipe out poverty and homelessness and hunger, who have the power to do so, that aren't doing it for their own selfish reasons. They have a mark. Okay? This is something that you don't just fall upon. This is something that you agree to. Whether that means that you agree to turn your back on something that you know is horrific, but you're allowing it to happen anyway because it's easier for you to turn your back on. Or if it's something as extreme as killing somebody, or something as extreme as falsifying documents to get other people in trouble, to put yourself first, to steal large amounts of money, to take and participate in hurting children, murdering, thieving, there's some pretty big crap out there in this world that you will have choices. And it's not something to do with your body. It's something to do with your soul. And the moment that you make a decision to do something horrific, like, I'm not talking about you doing everything you physically can and it's still not working out. You've done everything that you can. I'm not talking about a situation where you literally can't do anything because it's going to put you in bodily harm. There are things like that, yes, be logical about this. And if you have questions, we'll put them in the comments, but be logical about it. I'm talking about, for a fact that the upstairs neighbor is hurting their child. For a fact. Well, yeah, there are things that can get you into danger, but there are many things that you can do to report anonymously and make sure that you've done everything you can to make that child safe. The choice that you have is completely ignoring it and turning your back on it and doing absolutely nothing and allow it to continue. Guess what? That does something to your soul. That will burn on your soul for the rest of your life. That's the mark of the beast. There is no true mark of the beast that anybody knows of exactly what it looks like in the form, which is why I'm told it's different for every generation. It's different for every individual situation. It's not like there's a stamp. It's not like it's a barcode. It's something that you will never be able to see because it's almost like a burn mark on your soul. Everybody knows what a burn mark looks like, and if you don't, look it up, but it's a burn mark on your soul. It's there. It's burnt. And this is something that you made the choice to do. Not making the choice to take a jab to try to help yourself as far as your health. I made the choice to sit there and watch somebody die without helping and intervening, calling 911, doing everything that I could. I ignored the guy next door beating his wife. I ignored knowing that, X, Y, and Z was happening, things like that. I did what I had to do because I was complying. Again, that's more back in like World War II stuff. I mean, trust me, the people, the Nazis, the people who were just trying to comply, you're just as guilty as everything else. Your mark is already on your soul. And it's not me who's judging, it's somebody else. And it's not me who gives out the marks, that's somebody else. But you have the choice to have that happen or not. It's not going to be something universal. If you were worried about that, you wouldn't have a cell phone. It's not going to be something like all of these stories that people are telling. I just keep getting like, that's not right. That's not right. That's not going to be the way that it happened. Hollywood has romanticized a lot of things, including what's going to happen. And that includes the little independent Christian places that are making these videos. They're propaganda. Listen to yourself. Listen to the logic that you have. Listen to your God and your angels and your guides. They will tell you the truth. The truth is not a jab that is going to damn your soul. There are so many other things that you can do to damn your soul that have nothing to do with the vaccine. And like I said, it's different for everybody. There is no individualized thing here. Or no individualized, yes, it's individualized. There's no overwhelming one thing that is going to be the mark of the beast, because it's been happening all through history. Rose might be the beast. I don't know. I also want to point out that, I even knew growing up that 666 isn't necessarily the number of the beast. That has never been said in the Bible. It has never been actually pointed out. That is something that man has done. And while numerology might say one thing and a theologian says another, nobody is right. None of us are right. The thing that we need to do is work on being the best person that we can be. Be a good person. Be a good Samaritan. Be kind to others. The world is going to end. Nothing I can do about it. Nothing you can do about it. We can't sit there and worry about it, because that means we've given in and we've given up. And that's not right. The mark of the beast is something that is going to be very obvious to you, because you're not going to just kill somebody and get away with it, even if it's in self-defense. And that's something between you and your maker. The mark of the beast is not one centralized thing. It is many different things that have changed over the years. And I just don't subscribe to it being a barcode or anything like that. You will know when you're in a situation where you will have the mark, if there's one at all. But you will know. Trust me when I say that it is generations upon generations of things that will always happen. History repeats itself. Time repeats itself. Time does not run in a straight line. And things are happening all at once. And I know that's hard to believe, and I know that's hard to understand, but it's also really hard to understand and grasp eternity. You're not in danger of your mortal soul for getting a job. You are in danger of your mortal soul if you make choices that lead to a road that you will never, ever, ever get off of. But you made the choice. And it's not usually unwittingly. You know when you turn your back on something. You know when you ignore something. You know when you comply. You know when you harm. Now, I'm not trying to scare people and say, here's a little harm here, little things like that. No, you will know. Your life from that moment on, when you make that conscious decision to do whatever it is that you will do, you will feel it. And then you will live a half life for the rest of your life, because there's going to be plenty of other things that are coming into you. You make the choice. So I just want to end with a reminder that it is your choice what you do if you get the job or not. It has nothing to do with personal freedoms being taken away from you. It has nothing to do with any sort of war. It has nothing to do with personal rights and freedoms being taken away. And it has nothing to do with the mark of the beast. Trust me, you will know. And this is not something that has ever been used or will be used. Because I keep hearing that medical issues will never be used. Biological warfare will be used against us. But the means to help, the means to be able to try to combat this will never be the mark. Now, obviously, you can take this as how you want to. You can take it with a grain of salt. You can, whatever. But I want you to make the best informed decision for yourself and know that you have a choice on what to do. Choose wisely, but don't let fear get in your way. And know that there are many, many, many other things on this earth that are the mark. But you had to make the choice to do something about that, to be involved with it, to turn your back on it, to allow it in your life. All right, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed this different video. And if you would like to suggest a video, please do so. It's going to be much easier for me to see it in Patreon because I know there's been a lot of requests that I just can't always get to, especially now that I'm in school. Hey, and you can join as little as $1 a month. That's cheaper than a coffee or anything else, and you get benefits. So take a look at my Patreon. Thank you for the suggestion, guys. I really appreciate every single one of you. Rosie does too, even though she's growling. All right, everybody, have a great day or night wherever you are in this world. Remember that every single day is a gift. Use your time wisely. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.